Good morning and welcome back to the Knotted Needle. My name is Ellen and this is Continued Christmas Thoughts. And this week is Neckwear. This is a really cool scarf. This is called Clincher. It's by Ash Kearns and it is 420 yards of fingering, and the pattern on Ravelry said make it busy. They want it loud. And then you need about 50 yards to do the cool little rings. That's why it's called Clincher. They go all the way up the end of where you bind off. So we have some fun colors, and if it's busy and loud, ta-da! With a little bit of a cooling chaser. We have fun colors too. Pink cow, anybody? And then this one's my favorite, of course, because it's orange. And if you haven't tried Yoshi and Lucy, you need to. And a little bit of La Jolla, just in case you were sad and missing it. Then we also have some beautiful cowls. We actually have this paper pattern from Never Not Knitting, and I believe this is, Alana Decos. Beautiful cabled in fingering weight, even if you did it in DK or sport weight. Cables would pop, it would be gorgeous. It'd be a little bit bigger if you did it in the heavier yarn. But beautiful neutrals, people. A little bit of cashmere and squishy just in case you need it. More La Jolla. This might be a good place for Rewa. It's a sport weight yarn called Harmony, and this has 50% wool and 50% of Tibetan yak down. It would be warm and squishy and lovely, and we have it in a lot of colors if you don't like purple. But why wouldn't you like purple? And this one is Terribly Simple by Caitlin French. I believe this one is a freebie on Ravelry. It's a 100-gram skein of fingering weight yarn on a size 5 needle, 24 inches or longer. And yes, the free pattern's right here. And there are beautiful ways you could do this. You could stripe it, you could use a beautiful yarn that you love the texture of. I am knitting with Plymouth Lanaza right now. I know it's an old yarn, I know it's a linen, I've never knit with it before, and I'm making a Kate Davies pattern out of it right now, but not in the busy colors. I'm making it in a solid because it has lace panels in it. But anyway, this would drape and be absolutely beautiful right here. We have this in several multicolors. We have this in several solids. Again, this would be a nice place for more Rewa. And this is pink. We have red and blue and a dark gray and a hot pink. And this would also be fun in something a little bit busier. We have lots of things going on with Mrs. Crosby. We have this in satchel and carpet bag. And Lorenzula Squishy, in case you're not tired of it yet. And if you have been shopping with us for any length of time, you know that we have a special yarn for Christmas. I don't know that we will this year, but we have in several years past, and it's something It has been from Rowan. This was last year. This was beautiful Sultano fine. It is cashmere and silk. If you haven't felt it, you need to come and do that. It's sort of like squeezing the Charmin. It's necessary, people. Beautiful, lovely colors. And it looks like this. It was doubled in the Sultano fine. We did it without doubling it. It's a little bit lighter, not quite as cushy, but just as soft and just as fluffy. And we have another candidate for that this year. This is Pacha. It is silk and mohair, 50% mulberry silk, 50% mohair, and 25% mohair and 25% wool. So it does drape. We do have a sample knit with this that Nancy so graciously did. I think it's been here for a while. In fact, it's right behind me, that beautiful burgundy shawl on the mannequin on the couch. I love the texture of this. This is Christian's Scarf by Agnes Kutas. It is 465 yards of worsted weight, so you could probably get away with 2 skeins of ultra wool at 440 and make it a little bit shorter, but I just love this texture, and it would be fun in some of the other things that we have as well. Some beautiful worsted weight things. This is Aran weight, silky cashmere from Lotus Yarns that has probably been here for a while, but it would make gorgeous, gorgeous texture, and it's lovely, and it would feel luxurious. The other thing that would feel luxurious is this. This is Taki Souffle, and yes, this is Angora, so if you're allergic to bunny rabbits like me, this is probably a no-go, but we have it in white, we have it in red, we have it in blue, we have it in green, and it's just lovely, luxurious things. And in case you haven't had enough Anzula, for better or worsted, if you don't have loud guys, we have lots of beautiful muted grays from Sabrina. Lovely, lovely things. And again, you've heard about Warmy. I sold out a color last week. You might want to come and squish. But this is lovely. This is Baby Alpaca and Merino from Peru. And texture on Wonderland. There we go. Wonderland Mad Hatter. The texture of this scarf in this yarn, if I only had enough hours in the day to finish knitting everything I wanted to knit, that would be great. And then, oops, this is Pretty Thing. This I've made about 6 or 7 times. Several years ago when Lotus Yarns had their, I believe it was supposed to be cashmere, and it ended up being something that turned into a terrible thing for Barry Klein. But it was lovely, beautiful stuff, and it still is. And I made this pattern in that yarn about 5 or 6 times. This is Stephanie Pearl McPhee. It is available on Ravelry. It is about 70 or 75 rounds on a size 4 16-inch. It's very repetitive. Same thing on this part. The middle is all the same, and then you repeat it in the other direction going to end. And I made this beautiful purple one in Cusco Cashmere from Plymouth. And we have this in 4 colors right now. We have this beautiful flesh tone, this lovely gray. We have it in cream and we have it in green. But this is Anzula's Serenity. Even if they're not, colors aren't serene, that's what it's called. This is 100% cashmere. It's absolutely lovely. Could you imagine a gift like this, beautifully knit in lace, in this lovely cashmere fingering weight? It would be the very last thing you would want to take off every day. And one last thing on the scarf side. This is the Simple Aran Scarf by La Boutique de Jean. It is 700 yards of stunning DK weight, and yes, if you can't tell, one of my favorite colors is orange. So yes, you can do it in orange, even if it's not your favorite color. And this is Wonderland Mad Hatter, so 2 of these ought to do, because you can just stop. And if you look on Ravelry for the Simple Aran scarf, you can see that people have made extra things in here, in these beautiful pieces of ribbing that go all the way through the scarf. Several people have done them with cables, with other different kinds of things. This facing of, I believe it's, I just lost the word for that, goodness. Seed stitch or moss. You could also embed cables in there if you wanted to, but this is meant to get you used to the thought process for a cabled scarf or a cabled garment in a fashion that would be very, very easy. And we have lovely DKs. This is Feliz. Again, if you had a gentleman friend that you didn't want to knit the sweater purse for, this would be beautiful and nice and drapey and warm, because it is superwash merino and modal, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. More Wonderland. This is Hedgehog, a bright, warm brown, cinnamony almost. And this is Ava, if you haven't had enough Anzula yet. More Feliz in a really nice blue. All kinds of things that you could make this out of. We have a lot of DK weight. We have some more things with alpaca. Alpaca soft DK from Rowan. That would be lovely, and it would hold the stitch definition beautifully. And one last thing, for the people who like color work, we have a pattern from Swan's Island. And yes, it is 3 colors. And yes, we have Swan's Island if you wanted to do it in that. And I do have an example, but we have some other fun stuff too. Swan's Island. Sonoma. And more Sonoma. Just lovely things that if you get started knitting now, you could be done in time for Christmas. It's still only August, even though it feels like this has been forever. So if you would like to come and see us, we are here from 1 to 4, Wednesday through Saturday. If you would prefer to make an appointment, 313-886-2828. We'd love to see you next time.